Good evening, everyone. It's Monday, April 26th. I'm Charles Brown, Portfolio Manager with CB3 Financial live in Nashville. We're glad you're with us. From COVID to U.S. politics to the world economy to clarity. This is CB3 Live and your Monday market mashup. We're glad you're with us. What's on tap? Tesla earnings and many, many more. In fact, it's kind of a staggering number of earnings that are on just tomorrow. Let's look at it. Microsoft, Visa, Wells Fargo, Eli Lilly, Texas Instruments, UPS, Citigroup, Amgen, IBM, United Technologies, GE, 3M Company, Sherwin-Williams, and there are about another 50 or 60 that I didn't mention there, but it's a lot, and a lot can move the market. That's why this is a real exciting time of the quarter, and happens 4 times a year, and I frankly love it. So watch for the many more reports that are going to come in, and I'll have more information for you on Thursday night. This is the normal topic list: COVID, U.S. policy, world economics. We're going to talk about a lot of things there on Thursday night, but for tonight, just know that on the COVID front, we continue to see the percentage of U.S. citizens vaccinated rising to new numbers. On the U.S. policy front, they're continuing to duke it out in Congress to see if they're going to get this infrastructure package done. As I said last Thursday, and I'll be reiterating this Thursday night, they need to shrink this package. It's way too big at $3+ trillion. And a key Democrat, Joe Manchin from West Virginia today said, yeah, he's not going to sign on to anything with a 3 in front of it. He's more in favor of a pure infrastructure package, which candidly the previous administration should have gotten done. They didn't. So the problem is now this administration's trying to add, about $2 trillion worth of pork to it. So let's see if they can actually get it done. And then on the world economy, basically, we always look at the performance of the market review. So far this week, really good performance for the Russell today, the Dow, the S&P neck and neck, NASDAQ coming in, and the NASDAQ, this is a high point for me. The NASDAQ closed at a lifetime high today. Why is that important? Because I'm always talking about all the asset classes have to participate to keep this secular bull market going. And the NASDAQ's doing its part. It's got some catch up to do, but it could really make some progress this week if Tesla and some of these other companies do well. And so we're looking forward to that and looking forward to telling you about that on Thursday night. This is basically what we're seeing in the NASDAQ. We're seeing a breakout that happened back in 2013. We're continuing in that. We have a ABC pattern here. If it's developing, it broke out to a new high today. To me, this means real strength. I realize that's a lot of data on the chart. Of course, I'll spend more time on that on Thursday night, but what I said earlier is what I'm reiterating, which for me is the high point of the day. We had some consolidation in the NASDAQ. It has lagged all the other asset classes and today broke out to new highs. Still has catch up to do to catch up to the Russell for the year, but I'm confident that the NASDAQ will be able to do that. Why do I have so much care about that? Because many of the stocks that we're trading are large tech in general, discretionary stocks, communication stocks, and we want to see those do well to see our portfolios gain. That's really important. In the crypto corner, so if you look at this, there's some thought right now that the last time that Bitcoin halved, so if you look at the first time, went up to $25 and halved down to $12.50, went up to $1,200 and halved down to about $625, and then the third halving was just last year. Okay, 20,000 down to 10. And now if that pattern were to continue, we could have $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm watching this very closely because there's so much happening in the news with the corporate acceptance of Bitcoin, either using it partially for their treasury reserves or allowing, in the case of Tesla, for you to buy a car using Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. It's not just about Bitcoin these days. And in fact, the dominance of Bitcoin has dropped this last week below 50%. It's back up a little bit above 50%. But what that means for those of you that don't follow crypto that carefully is that Bitcoin's not the only game in town. With a 51 right now percent dominance, that means it's about 51 or half the market. And the other alternative coins, known as altcoins, are picking up some slack there, and that's a really good sign. So the week ahead here, market's kind of in stall mode as we begin this monster week of earnings. Tesla didn't move the market too much today, but I found that pretty encouraging that even though the Tesla results were not quite what the market wanted to see, it didn't sell off. President Biden likely to detail his tax plan in a speech on Thursday night. Don't watch him, though. Watch our show. A confluence of factors has offered signals that the economic recovery is accelerating. And I'm excited to tell you more about that. A surge in retail sales, jobs added, and COVID-19 vaccinations increasing. I also have a reply to a reader who asked, why shouldn't D.C. become a state? And a fascinating prophecy from one of our founding fathers written several hundred years ago regarding federalism versus anti-federalism. Many of you will remember that I broached that topic a couple sessions ago, and I'll continue it. So this Thursday night, tech sector earnings and no help from the White House. And that's basically me and my editorial saying, hey, you're not going to help us out, Mr. Biden and this current administration, unless you're going to give us some tax relief. And instead, it's looking like just the opposite, tax increases. For those of you that are new, just please subscribe to us. Click the little bell and get alerted when we post these and when we go live on Thursday. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. That's the overview for tonight on May. How about April? Almost going to be May. Next session I do for you will be in May. It's just amazing how this year has flown by. And some of it, of course, is because now that the world is opening back up, at least here in the U.S. and certainly here in the South, it's a pretty encouraging time. I realize not every place in the U.S. is that optimistic, but we are here. So please join us on Thursday night. Lots of good things. Announcing a new guest that I have in May. Going to really excite you guys. I think really want to talk to this guy, a Russian immigrant who has made himself a real position here in America, and he's going to tell the story of how that happened. This has been the Monday edition here. It's Monday, April 26th. I'm Charles Brown, Portfolio Manager with CB3 Financial. From COVID to clarity, this has been your Monday Market Mashup, and we will see you on Thursday night.